When the Children's Orchestra Society plays, it's easy to forget these young musicians are just kids. But the philosophy behind the orchestra is to remember just that.
The motto of the orchestra and Michael and Yu Chang's main goal is teaching the children the language of music, and honestly they have. They work with everyone to perfect their skills, and they challenge everyone in their own right, and they make music fun. Yu Chang Ma is the executive director of the Children's Orchestra Society, and her husband Michael Dadup is the conductor. Both accomplished musicians, they've kept alive the philosophy set forth by Yu Chang's father 3 decades ago.
I was one of the original members, and at the time when my father started the orchestra, there were very few children playing in a symphony orchestra, and so they tried to dissuade my father. They said, well, Dr. Ma, in America, children play baseball, they don't play in orchestras.
Dr. H.T. Ma began with 35 students in the 1960s, including his daughter Yu Chang on violin and her brother Yo-Yo Ma on the cello. Today, 120 students from the metropolitan area make up the orchestra.
Their job is to learn the parts and come here and coach and make music and have fun.
Everybody's really friendly, so it's a really good atmosphere to really make music and have fun.
16-year-old Erica Teraoka has been playing the cello since she was 5 years old. She's now preparing for Dvorak's cello concerto for the orchestra's upcoming anniversary concert.
It's like a major concerto for the cello, and I've wanted to play it ever since I was like 7 or something. It requires a really big orchestra. It needs a full string section and a full brass section and woodwinds and, of course, percussion.
15-year-old David Dodds of Queens plays violin, viola, and percussion.
Practicing, I try to practice at least half an hour a day on each instrument.
Yet he still finds time to pursue other musical interests.
Not necessarily in this type of music. I mean, I like classical music, but I also play the drums, and I like that kind of, rock and music stuff. I have a band, and I want to keep that going for a long time.
But before any of these young musicians forge ahead with their professional careers, their leader urges attention to their craft now.
Being a child, the talent of children is a very fleeting moment before you know it, become adults. And sometimes we do not really have the fullest appreciation of what they can do, how much power they have to express their souls through music making. And the greatest joy I've ever had is when I hear young people expressing music is so pure, so unadulterated, and so full of fire. We call it fire in the belly. And that's something that I would not exchange for anything.
The orchestra seems to echo that sentiment with each note it plays, which helps explains why the Children's Orchestra Society is still going strong after 30 years. Paul Lombardi, New York 1.